Hello and welcome to the 5.4 Phase 2 4-star banner reveal. The new banners have just dropped, so let's take a look and see who we have coming to join Farina and Risley. Look at that. We have the return of Charlotte, Chungyun, and Mika. So Charlotte is very good with Farina as a burst healer, although she has a lot of competition for the healer spot. But I'm glad to see her back. I want to get more constellations because I really like her character. And love her design and the camera aesthetic and all of that. I liked her in the story, so I'm glad to see her back. She has not been back for a long time. She has been in the freezer, uh, which Chang'en bringing out his cryo infusion. He's not necessarily the most desirable character these days, but I actually recently cleared my Abyss for the first time playing Chang'en in a team in a serious effort. 36 starred this recent Abyss with him, so you absolutely can make him work if you want to clear with the 4-star and still use him, but usually there is a better and stronger choice. Note, I did play him with Farina and Shenhe though, so he was heavily helped along with his teammates. And also our dear Mika, another good burst healer to go with Farina, so no surprise there that she'll have a good pairing and synergy. Mika with the physical bonus at Constellation 6 for those few physical enjoyers out there. He can be useful, but fairly niche. You should never wish for a specific 4-star, but if ever you're going to get one, Charlotte's Constellations help quite a bit, and, Mika's aren't terrible if you get all the way to C6, and Chungyun, if you do want to use him, he certainly does get stronger, so not terrible overall. And of course, we have Risley on the other side, and all cryo banner for that banner there. Pretty nuts. Let's take a look at the weapon banner. All right, and of course, Cash Flow and the Splendor of Tranquil Waters, as we would expect. And we have Favonius, Sword, Dragon's Bane, Sacrificial Fragments, the Sacrificial Greatsword, and Rust. So, man, Dragon's Bane, we just cannot get away from this on a banner. It seems that it shows up every other banner. Hopefully, you have, Refinement 92 by now. But at the very least, sacrificial fragments are always a good thing to get, along with Favonius Sword, certainly the most valuable 4-star there. Sacrificial Greatsword is not terrible, especially if you have a Dia. It does, if you get a high refinement, can help reset her skill and be quite useful. Dragon's Bane is quite good if you've got the likes of Hu Tao, or if you want to use it on someone like Xiangling for the Pyro, for example, but the recent event weapon has maybe lowered its value a little bit. If you've done this event weapon, or there's still time by the time you're watching this to make sure that you get the event weapon, you might be able to skip refining a Dragon's Bane up to Refinement 5. Cashflow is, a fine weapon for a number of characters. It's certainly Ridley's best in slot. And Splendor of Tranquil Waters, it looks so stunning on Farina. For me, my personal take, my opinion on the weapon banner, I think it's fair. There's a couple good ones on there. Farina's weapon's good, cash flow is good. So overall, pretty good value. Although, for myself, given the characters here, if you're asking for my thoughts or advice, I would certainly recommend for a lot of people, if you're going for power, to consider going for Constellation 1 or even Constellation 2 before her weapon, before Farina's weapon, because you have the Favonius Sword is a very strong choice on her, and also the very free-to-play fishing weapon, the Fluve, which is available from fishing and is an excellent choice, and for those players who have been playing forever, maybe Festering Desire. But all in all, some pretty decent banners, so I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see Charlotte return, and maybe I can get a few extra copies and snag a Renegade Risley, who I do not have on any account just yet. But that wraps it up for me. Let me know who you are wishing for, and good luck in your wishes when the second phase of 5.4 drops. Take care.